Всем привет. И сегодня мы будем проходить, хотел сказать, ивент. Но ивент у меня закрытый, потому что мне нужно пройти Аль Хайтама. Так что сейчас я буду записывать Аль Хайтама. А потом сам ивент. Так, подожди, не надо. Если, конечно, для него еще не только Аль Хайтам нужен. Так что да. И после Аль Хайтама и самого ивента буду дальше записывать Ханкай, потому что больше... Ну, это никому интересно не будет. Потому что больше пока записывать не будет. Нечего записывать еще. Хотя сам Ханкай что уж не очень-то хочется записывать. Потому что вряд ли кому-то будет интересно. Да и мне уже не интересно, типа. В основном то, что я сейчас делаю, это пищу там мобов, блять. По несколько минут, сука, просто... Не, там, как сказать, типа... 4 там 3 моба, блядь, за 20-30, блядь, ну просто, блядь, зашибись, просто пиздец. Вроде команда нормально, может все-таки я как-то не знаю, неправильно пизжу или нет. Но у меня заранее записано 2 ролика, и они в основном, скорее всего, можно сказать, скучные. Так что... Там одна хуйня, которую я не мог пройти, так что... По сути, я буду его записывать, поскольку мне кое-кто помог с командой, и я надеюсь, эта команда мне поможет отпить, ну, пройти хотя бы сюжетку, да, сколько смогу. Так что после вот этого Аль Хайтама, который сейчас буду записывать ивента, буду продолжать играть, ну, записывать Ханкай. Ну, в запасе есть еще 2 видео про Ханкай, ну, я их потом выложу. То есть после этого ивента я выложу как раз те 2 видео, которые заранее подготовил для Ханкай. Так что, да. Слишком много повторяюсь, так что начнем. Так. Там. Как это делается-то? Ух, ебать. Так, подожди, я что, не выделил или что? Отслеживаться.
How's everything going with your thesis?
I should be able to publish it next month. A few days ago.
Well, Azar was one of your thesis advisors. Honestly, I was afraid that you might have gotten dragged down as well. How did things get settled?
The newly appointed acting Grand Sage reviewed all of our projects and gave us permission to continue our research.
Acting Grand Sage? That sounds like a new thing.
Yeah, I heard that selecting new sages has been taking some time, so he's just filling in. But it's all thanks to him that our research results weren't jeopardized. Once my paper is published, I'm definitely giving myself a long vacation.
They're really out of their minds, making Al Hайтам the acting Grand Sage?
Take it easy, Professor. I'm puzzled as well. Just going by qualifications, you're one of our most...
Fool! Do you think I'm angry because I wasn't chosen for the position? No! It's because I don't He was one of my students, but he rarely attended class. When I asked him about it, he retorted that self-study was better. What brazen arrogance! Misery of miseries! For the academia to have him...
Professor, don't get so worked up. I'll go get you some water.
Psst! Want to hear a secret? I've heard the new acting Grand Sage is from Haravatat.
Really? Who is?
Someone named Al Hайтам. Never met him myself, but he's a real hot topic right now. Lots of things being said about him. There's also a Vahumana scholar who's been in the spotlight recently. They say that he's a likely pick to be one of the next sages.
Oh, is he teaching any courses?
Wow. News of Al Hайтам being the acting Grand Sage sure spread fast. Some people don't know who he is, though. Some people are saying good things and others bad. Hey! Are you
The mantra.
the mantra?
I'm Ilias. I have to talk to a mantra about something important.
In the state you're in? You shouldn't push yourself. Why don't you tell us what happened and we'll pass on your message?
No, I have to tell them myself. Sorry, can you lend me your arm? This is...
Since you put it that way, fine, we'll take...
Так,
We
и куда
promised to
нам?
take him to a matcha, but we don't know that many, do we? Oh, wait! Sino should be back at the Academia! Let's go find him!
Ну что? Текстуры. Верните текстуру. Спасибо. Да, он заебись текстуры.
Hey there! Excuse us, but is Sino...
You two look familiar. Are you friends of Mahamatra Sino? But if you'd like, I can pass whatever message you might have on.
We ran into this guy by the gates, and he seems really eager to speak with the mantra.
Oh? If you don't mind, what?
Siraj.
Siraj. That name's...
Vahumana researcher?
Yes, one of their most renowned, in fact. I hear he's as daring as he is intelligent. There are rumors he'll become Vahumana's next sage. But please continue, good sir. What about...
I want to report him for conducting a dangerous experiment. He kidnapped me, tied me up, and took me to that horrible cave. Experimental equipment everywhere. I ran as fast as I could, a little slower, and he would have caught...
There's no rush. Please. What kind of experiments was he conducting?
I don't remember.
Huh? You can't remember?
All I remember is Siraj walking towards me, and then my head started feeling... It's like a nightmare that I can't recall. I just know that that place is dangerous, and that they must be stopped. Oh, I heard they conduct business in the tavern. We have to...
Even if what you say is... But before that, I would like to administer the Matra lie detector test.
You think I'm lying?
Please don't take it the wrong way. Sorry, but can you two wait out here a little while?
Huh? I'll hate them.
Let me bring you up to speed. First things first, Ilyas passed the lie detector test. This indicates that what he said is highly credible. As such, we've decided to launch an investigation based on the... Per protocol, this matter was reported to Acting Grand Sage Al Hайтам. After hearing about it, he left a message for Mahamatra Sino and then...
Huh. It's kind of weird for you to be working with the mantra.
You're overthinking things.
Really? I'm unsurprised you have... In that case, let's join in as well.
It's already against protocol for Acting Grand Sage Al Hайтам to participate. Oh, never mind. After all, you were the ones who brought Ilyas here. I'll allow you to accompany...
Don't you worry. Our lips are sealed.
All right, in that case, I'll fill you in. Ilyas claimed that Siraj will be conducting some business with a Kasharawar researcher at the tavern. This is one of his few clear memories. It seems he's... Incidentally, Siraj isn't at the Academia right now. He applied for long-term off-site. It's close to the time that Ilyas had given. So we've decided to head to the tavern and investigate and...
That's right. Arav, prepare to head out.
Oh, come on! We already said that we're coming.
Я надеюсь, текстуры, блядь, снова не пропадут. Лучше без текстуры.
We're here, Acting Grand Sage Al Hайтам. Acting Grand Sage Al Hайтam.
Looks like you haven't read any memos lately. The new Academia decree clearly states that even a sage doesn't have the authority to interfere with the Matra's actions during an If your superior were here, he wouldn't be asking me what to do. Instead, he'd be telling me to stay out of the way.
You're right. Understood. Then please wait here as we lock down the perimeter and search for suspicious... Ilyas, please stay here. Acting Grand Sage Al Hайтам, I'll have to trouble you with the
Sure. Though I'd rather he just protect himself.
И съебался.
He's the same as ever, casually ignoring people just like he did back at our—
Answering a simplistic question only enables the questioner. Besides, I need him to understand my position clearly. Arav has just as many doubts about my coming along as you do. But unlike you two, he's making this matter more complicated than it is, with his considerations like that question was obviously bait. The Matra were once under the influence of the sages, and so were— The test was strictly unnecessary, though. I hope that our
why is this so—
This is why I was against becoming the acting Grand Sage from the very first. Titles and—
Excuse me, acting Grand Sage Al Hайтам. I've had a question on my mind, and I need to know the answer no matter what.
No. I have no recollection.
Haha, I thought so too.
Then why did you ask?
Well, for some reason I felt a sense of familiarity.
Really? A misperception, perhaps. Oh.
Acting Grand Sage Al Hайтам, we've apprehended a suspect.
Siraj?
No, it's the Kasharawa researcher who has dealings with him.
Acting Sage Al Hайтам? Wait, can someone please explain what's going on? I admit that I did steal some mechanical components from the lab and sell— What have I gotten myself into? I know I let greed get the best of me, but please—
I would like to ask him a few questions.
Of course.
Do you know Siraj?
Yeah, that's the name of my buyer. He asked to make the transaction at the—
What were the details of this
He's doing some kind of experiment that seems to require many power generators and electrical components that can only be found in our project. He contacted me in private and said that he'd pay a large sum of Mora if I was willing to put some aside. We had originally agreed to meet at the tavern earlier today to do the trade. I sure didn't expect to get stood up.
Perhaps Siraj was aware that Ilyas might leak information, so he intentionally didn't show up. The good news is, regardless of what Siraj was planning, his progress will now be severely hindered by a lack of power generators and a— Do you have any more questions for the suspect?
No. He's all yours. But I'd like to borrow Ilyas for a while.
Oh, that's fine. We conducted a comprehensive lie detection exam, which showed that he has a genuine case of amnesia. We're not planning to pursue it. However, I am curious. What?
I've read some papers regarding amnesia, and I'd like to try restoring his memories.
I see. We'll be returning to the Academia then.
Follow me.
Siraj didn't show up at the tavern, and Narendra didn't get— Al Hайтам, are you serious about seeing things through? Paimon's pretty surprised that you're this—
I thought you would have guessed the reason by now.
Huh? Paimon has no clue—
Yes. We were classmates.
Oh, so that's why you asked to come along when Arav briefed you on the situation. So you're not here because you're interested in the case itself.
You couldn't be further from the truth. But I wasn't expecting much from you to begin with. For the time being, all you need to know is that we were once classmates. I became the scribe afterwards while he submitted a thesis 1 year ago, and the Grand Sage at the time asked for my opinion. I did not approve of it because it committed one of the 6 cardinal sins by touching upon human evolution. From violating matters regarding human evolution to attempting the forbidden and fearing none, the 6 cardinal sins are the origin of all evil in this world. My opinion was that Siraj's research was both overly naive and in violation of various—
So that's why he's buying energy sources and
He's most likely trying to circumvent the rules and conduct his experiment in secret.
That sounds super suspicious. Oh, we got it, Ilyas. Can you try to remember things again? Maybe something—
I'm sorry, but I've already tried many times.
It is possible for a person to subconsciously forget some of their memories as a defense mechanism against extremes. However, these memories aren't truly lost, but merely sealed away. They can be— Now, try to recall things you care about.
Well, actually, I feel like I've forgotten more than just the memories of the time I was kidnapped and experimented on. The kind of person I am, the things I've done. I can remember some things, but But I do vaguely remember that there are two things.
Do tell.
The first is to get my paycheck from the academia and give it to my younger sister in Gandharvaville. I'm not sure about the details, but it seems that I would send money to my younger sister every month.
And the second thing? What's the...
I can't remember.
Not unexpected. However, you're the only one who has seen Suraj and knows the exact location of his cave at present.
Losing your memories must be really painful. But don't you worry, we'll...
Oh, thank you so much. This feeling, I have so few memories that I don't even have a clear idea of who I am. But amidst all that, it also feels like Nevertheless, I have you all to thank. Now, I do remember that I worked part-time at a place in the academia called...
I see. In that case, let's go and find...
Это где? Внизу или наверху? Наверху. Где я? Так, я не понял. Здесь был... Что? Я что-то не понял, где я был? Где я? Ты здесь находится?
Acting Grand Sage Al Hайтам. I've sent this period's research expenses report to your office.
I did. Recent research expenses have decreased.
Yes, though that is primarily because there are fewer scholars with research needs. But that can be a rather convoluted...
I believe you know this individual. His name is Ilyas. He worked part-time here, and he's...
Oh, yes, of course. Though, Ilyas, where have you been these past few days? That was our busy period, but then you disappeared without a word. Everyone had to pick...
I'm sorry, something unexpected came up. But I know I've caused trouble for everyone. Is there anything I can do to...
The other researchers have more or less finished your share of the work. However, do you remember Chandra? You were in charge of following up on his off-site research application. He retracted his application a few days ago and canceled his... He's the 12th person to retract a research application this month. I'd like you to ask him why he did that. Chandra is probably having coffee at the...
Understood. Then,
I'll pay you in full once you return. However, make sure you don't disappear without saying anything again. Be considerate. Is this acceptable? Acting...
I have no objections.
Alias? Long time no see. What can I do for you?
I heard that you canceled your research project.
Oh, that. It's really nothing special. I'm not the only one who canceled, right? I mean, people have had no motivation to conduct research.
No motivation to conduct research?
Yeah. Say, who might you be?
Oh, don't mind me.
Well, with the downfall of the Sages not long ago, many of the projects that they led were put on hold while they were being investigated. With the situation being so volatile, people are picking up random things to do to kill time. No one wants...
When you say how things will pan out, you actually mean what the new Sages...
Wow, talk about blunt. But that isn't the only reason.
So what are the other reasons?
Well, because the Akasha terminal shut down. I'm sure you're all aware that we require all kinds of knowledge. Back then, the Akasha would respond to any of our requests for the knowledge we needed. It was beyond convenient. We didn't have to spend an extended amount of time studying, so we were able to immediately...
I see.
You get it, right? After having had a taste of something so amazing, who can be bothered to manually sift through data? There are only a handful of people at the academia who are starting new projects or performing research. Most people are like me, waiting for a recognized research. Although our names will be further down in the paper, we'll have a much easier time. We don't have to do most of the mental heavy lifting. All we have to do is focus.
Ilias? What's wrong?
My head... it hurts. I remember now. I remember what Siraj said to me. You will become Siraj number 36. Fuse yourself with a consciousness under my control. Think only in accordance with a set...
Paimon doesn't get it. What?
It's what Siraj was researching, and the topic of the thesis he had submitted. Collective consciousness and the path of evolution. Siraj believed that by achieving 3 objectives, he could create a collective consciousness in humans. First, he would rank test subjects in descending order of ability, with number 1 serving as the overmind. This overmind would then divide tasks into numerous modules and delegate them to the collective's members based on their assigned number. Lastly, members would share their memories and emotions to facilitate the rapid exchange of information within the collective.
Paimon still doesn't get it. What's the...
Think of it as linking many minds together and tailoring a given mind's assigned work based on its compatibility. Eventually, everyone's minds will be consolidated into a new form of existence that is both an individual and an organ. Siraj believes this collective consciousness is superior to individual humans.
Whoa. Squishing a whole bunch of people together?
It's just as Al Hайтам said. Siraj gave all the test subjects different numbers. Bigger numbers meant you had a lower rank, so your assigned tasks were less complex, such as being... Smaller numbers were ranked higher, so you'd be given more complex assignments like planning for the future. Siraj referred to me as number 36, and I think that was a low-ranking number. I also recall that Siraj said his plan was proceeding very quickly.
Oh no, then we gotta hurry! We have to stop him before...
I tried my best, but that's all I can remember. I still can't recall...
Take your time. You'll eventually remember it all.
What's off?
You were only designated as number 36? What a shame. From what I can see, your talents...
I'm not sure what Siraj's numbering system is based on. Anyway, we're done here.
Please, wait. I heard you all talking about Siraj just now. Are you...
Huh? Do you know...
Well, Siraj is pretty popular as of late. I heard he's gained recognition from a lot of well-known researchers. Supposedly, he's a strong... There are many who would give up everything to be a part of his research team. I'm nothing special, though, so That said, I do know a researcher who received an invitation from Siraj but declined it. Her name is Janaki. If you're interested, you can try to find her. She's usually reading at the pavilion
Janaki? We'd like to ask you a couple of things about Siraj.
Ilyas?
Do you know me? I'm sorry.
Are you playing dumb with me?
No, I'm not. I actually have amnesia, so I've lost a lot of my memory.
And? Are you trying to say that I should forgive you just because? Or are you using the acting grand sage as backup to settle things with me? The two biggest loners teaming up.
That's enough. There seems to be a dispute between the two of you, but I heard that Siraj once invited you to join his project.
So, what if it is? Siraj did extend an invitation to me, and I was also interested in his project. I think it was about collective consciousness or something. Anyway, he said that I could be no one wants to be placed at the bottom. Sir...
Ilyas's number's 36, and Janaki was supposed to be number 45.
Tell me, did Siraj tell you how he assigned numbers?
Yeah. Remember how the sages took advantage of the Akasha and extracted Yana, and they left a document that records the amount of Yana energy that the Akasha had extracted from each person. I don't know how Siraj got his hands on that document, but he used it as the basis for his numbering.
I see. He believes that this data can be used to evaluate a person's
Putting aside the validity of the data, it is meaningless to judge individuals based solely on their Jnana energy.
At most, Jnana energy can only be seen as representing a portion of a person's abilities.
See? I knew I couldn't have only been ranked as 45.
What else do you know about Siraj?
That's it. He came to me. I refused. Is there anything else you needed? If not, I'm out of here.
Please, wait. I still...
You really forgot?
I swear.
Paimon can vouch for him. The mantra also said that he truly lost his memory.
I see. You know what? It's better this way. I get angry just thinking about it. So I really don't have the patience to fill you in. All you need to know is that you got a lot of people in trouble back. That's all I have to say. Good.
And she's gone. She doesn't seem to like...
I really don't. But after she said that, I guess...
Do you want to remember?
Huh?
Even though you're a witness against Siraj in this case, no one can force you to remember if you don't want to. Even if you manage to remember...
I'm not sure what to do. Like I said before, for some reason I felt... But I feel like I shouldn't be allowed to go free so easily. I still want to remember everything.
I can look up your file. Something that caused trouble for a lot of people in the past must be on file somewhere. Would you like me to look into it?
Yes. Please.
All right. Then let's return to the House of Dana. We've spent enough time.
Опять снова тут. Снова туда.
Let's split up for now. Ilyas, you go and deal with that. We'll meet back here later and then head...
Okay. Thank you all so...
Relax, Ilyas. Being nervous...
That's true. I'll also try my best to remember anything else related to Siraj.
I'm holding you to that. See you later. Okay. The important files from the last few years should all be here.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Anyway, I found Ilyas's file. Let's meet downstairs.
What have I done?
This file indicates that you were once commended by the Academia for your courage and sense of justice. You were considered a hero.
Huh?
Yes. Your instructor was engaging in academic fraud, and you were the one who... Your report was found to be true after a series of investigations, and your instructor was brought to justice by the mod. This incident caused quite the commotion, and the Academia sent you a commendation. What is it? Or any memory?
No, it's just... my head feels like it's being ripped apart. Did I seriously do that?
Let's put this matter aside for now. It isn't directly related to Siraj, so there's no need to push yourself over.
I'm sorry. That should have been something good to hear, but my body is instinctively rejecting it. I feel like I'll black out if I...
Take it slow. Recovering memories is no easy task, especially when it... Just do what you think is right.
Thank you. I'm not sure how you're so calm and composed all the time.
Let's head to Gandharvaville and deliver Ilyas's paycheck to his sister.
Ёбаный рот. Так, и здесь... Только он здесь лагает. Надеюсь, он мне доживет еще одно обновление. Потому что это пиздец. Текстуры уже пропадают. Лагает сильнее, чем обычно.
We should be close. Let me think. It should be this way.
Ilyas, what are you doing back here?
Dad, it's nothing. I was just...
You sure everything's okay? Did they bully you again? It's all... Ilyas!
I'm fine. Just a minor headache.
Back then, I told you not to be a hero. Look how things turned out. I can't imagine how things are going for you at the Academia. We've even been receiving threat letters.
You don't have to force yourself to stay at the Academia.
I'm all right. I just need a little rest.
Ilyas doesn't seem like he wants them to know that he has amnesia.
Hey! That's enough, you two! Ilyas isn't feeling well. Ilyas, let's find some... So, how's your headache?
It's much better now. Oh, here. It's this month's paycheck.
Same old, same old. It's just that I don't mind their nagging. Deep down, they know that you did the right thing. It's just that after hearing a lot of bad rumors about you and seeing all the threatening letters, well...
Conform.
Yeah. You don't remember? After the incident, Ilyas? What's wrong?
Ah, I see.
You're acting a little weird today, you know? Anyway, I understand your decision. I don't care if you're a hero or not. I just want you to...
Your understanding is a great comfort to him.
Is it? That's good. Are you a friend of his?
More so these two. My name is Al Hайтам, and this is the Traveler and Paimon.
Oh, that rings a bell. At any rate, I feel more. Would you like to join us for dinner? I just happened to buy some extra food.
Sorry, but I still have.
Well, that's a shame. Okay.
Don't worry. I won't do anything to make you guys worry.
You remember now?
Yes, I do. Thanks for that. You know, you don't seem like such a bad.
Is that your way of conveying gratitude?
Oh, my apologies. But I meant every word. I said that there was a sense of familiarity, but what I really meant...
Loathing?
Yeah, but having spent some time with you, I realized that you're not someone... Strange, isn't it? Why?
My strength is that I don't care about what others think. If you could also develop this quality, then you won't be as bothered by complicated social relations.
It'd be great if I could think like you. But first things first. I remember where Siraj's cave is now.
Really? That's great. Paimon remembers that you said there are 2 things that you had to do. What about the other one?
There are more important things at hand. We have to stop Siraj before he completes his collective consciousness.
You're right. Let's...
И где оно? Ебано где? В самой жопе. Бля, здесь даже может пойти минус УПС, полетит так. Ну. Здесь дождя не будет. Хотя он по сути должен быть здесь. Так, блять, не надо лагать, сука. Не надо. Что, мне вниз смотреть, что ли? Когда я плавно иду, у меня не лагает. Ну, в принципе, логично. Что, у нас данжен?
This is the place.
It's so well hidden. But there's nothing spooky about it.
Это данжен, я так понял, да? Ну да, в принципе, как всегда. Что это было? И что тут нужно? Ну, в принципе, все есть. Раза 2. Аль Хайтама. Далее. Я вроде в данже, какого хрена мне лагает? Так. Ладно. Ебать, красиво. Да, в принципе, сама Сумера красивая. Особенно в подземельях всякой.
Weird. It's bigger on the inside than Paimon imagined. Are you Ilyas? Do you remember this place? Huh?
I don't...
Did he get separated from us? Should we wait here or turn around and look?
There's no need for that. Let's keep moving.
Alright. We'll continue in
Что-нибудь есть, а если найду?
It's okay, Ilyas. You've done more than enough for me already.
I don't understand. Everyone knows that Johnny is stealing your research. Why is no one willing to go public with the truth? He shamelessly used your thesis to send in a project application. And whenever the project hits a wall, he asks you for help.
Do you know how many people are working on that project? If Johnny was kicked out because of academic fraud, that'd be the end of the project.
But he's obviously taking... He throws you the hardest work, and after you're done pulling all-nighters, he struts around with your research data and takes credit for it. That's not right! Why are you...
A lot of people warn me to not say anything, and I think they have a point. It's okay. He's at least
half a year of your time and effort. Countless all-nighters and casual threats and insults. All for he's treating people like cattle.
Enough. It's fine. I just need to suck it up and get it done.
What's the matter? Huh? You could read minds this whole time and you never told Paimon?
Of course not. I was also able to see those memories just now. They were probably the ones that leaked out while
Connecting...
It's clear that this place isn't a work in progress. The Hive has long... The Collective Consciousness project is already complete, and Ilias is now returning to the Collective. Not entirely. Keep walking and you...
Где сундуки, сука? Я ведь найду их. Где реально сундуки-то? О, что это? Ладно. Ага. О, привет. А я могу вытащить его типа? Могу. Окей. А, понял. Так вот. Оп. Если кто человек... А, не могу идти. Ах ты. Так не работает. О, мобы. Good.
Right here.
Давай не лагай, блядь. Да, очень больно. Ну еще.
Emerge.
It's completely different from what Ilias said. This place looks like it's been done for a while.
Прикольно.
Contributing to the collective by only thinking to your strengths. How easy.
Это я так понял, улей, блин.
Al Hайтам. Just thinking of that name fills me with hatred. We must get rid of him.
Что еще у нас будет по списку? Все что ли? Ладно.
An entire year's worth of work down the drain. And for what? Your reputation? Do you have any idea how many...
You could have played hero any time. So why couldn't you have waited until the project was complete?
Вот понятно почему.
I don't understand what you guys are saying. Are you saying you don't care that Raju jumped to his death?
It's a shame. What happened to him? Everyone has been working hard to complete the project. He could have endured for a bit longer.
In any case, we're done with you. Because of your recklessness, the Matra are putting Johnny on trial. This project is done for. None of this affects you at all. But do you know how many people, myself included, needed this project to come? Now our futures are up in the air. If worst comes to pass, we might not be able to grab...
I'm sorry.
There's no need for an apology. It's not like I'll accept it anyway. You'll pay for that.
Hey, you're blinking out again. What did you say?
Don't jump to conclusions just yet. Save your words for when we...
Так. Ух ты. Прикольно. А сфоткать можно? Нельзя. Сука. Прикольно же. Шки, блядь. Получил. 1000. Нету. А запча можно быть? Можно. Пока все легко, в принципе. Ема там большое здание, или не кажется?
Alias, this is all very strange. Is there really no research group that will take you? Well, to pass this course, you must complete a paper with other researchers. I know you're a hero for fighting academic fraud, but well, we can't make maybe you should try to improve your relationship with the other researchers. Huh? Getting a reputation...
I understand. You seem troubled.
Опа.
Who are you? Ah, where are my manners? My name is Suraj.
Ух ты выглядишь.
Suraj? I've heard of you before. The world hates people who don't fit in. I imagine you've had your fair after you reported Johnny for academic fraud. You were ostracized and shunned. However, I'm working on some research that will help you merge into... How about it?
What did you see?
Лаги я, блядь, увидел, сука.
No, Siraj is the real giga jerk here. Ooh, Paimon's so mad. We're gonna find him and we're gonna...
Ладно, быстрая загрузка, в принципе. Че, битва, что ли, какая-то будет? Походу будет битва. Че, попиздимся? Не, ну это арена, блядь, реально, вот, все видел, как бы. Так это и... Кто это? Что там? Это же, наверное. Да.
You've come.
Ни хрена себе он заговорил.
I intentionally slowed my integration into the collective consciousness because I wanted to see you one last time as Ilyas.
Понятно.
And I wanted to apologize to you as him. It was only at Gandharvaville that the second thing I must do occurred to me. To throw off the Matra and bring Al Hайтам to the hive. That was my task as Siraj number 36.
Ясно, кто это, блядь, такой.
You were already Siraj number 36? But you passed the Matra's lie detector!
Yes, I truly did forget many things during that time, even my identity. However, it's not that I got scared and forgot. I chose. It's difficult to fool Al Hайтам, so I had to create the...
And the best guise is when you believe your own lies.
Correct. I only told you that the hive was incomplete because I had deleted my memories of it. It was finished a long time ago. Before I left, I was already living only here. Can I be truly? That's all I wanted to say. After I enter this room, my consciousness will merge back in...
Is this your decision?
Yeah, the person we know is Ilyas, not Siraj number... The outside world is painful sometimes, but...
Do you need more time to consider, Ilyas?
Hey, who are...
That is...
So you're that giga jerk!
Giga jerk? How bold of you.
You!
I modified Akasha terminals to allow users to share memories and emotions. Then, I recruited researchers from the I assigned numbers to everyone and divided the experiment's tasks amongst them. Here, people can live easily and happily without needing to exercise complex mental thought.
You're just trying to justify...
Then I ask you, what's the difference? There are researchers at the academia who engage in dangerous research in extreme environments. People are so obsessed with collective will that even those on the fringes will attempt... Isn't that right, Ilyas? There's no need to deny this, as it is fact. It is natural, and the terminus of conformity is a collective consciousness through which even an ordinary... Welcome to the hive, Al Hайтам. You once arrogantly denied the merits. A few simple words from you, and my research was consigned to nothingness. Of course, I'm well aware that you don't care about any of this. But I didn't give up. I made...
When we arrived, I noticed many empty rooms in the hive.
Oh, you noticed that? Then can you guess where their inhabitants are? The answer is the academia. They're executing another phase of the plan. The plan to the collective consciousness links all of us into a single mind, showcasing our individual strengths as we work together. Everything has been proceeding smoothly. You are our biggest obstacle. The project will snowball until ultimately everyone will be part of my hive.
We won't let you do this!
Я так понял, те, которые люди против него там говорили, типа, когда мы слушали, я так понял, ты его на эти приспешники или...
What can you achieve with mere words? You weren't even able to change Ilyas's mind. Return to the hive, number 36.
Yes.
Wait! Don't go back! Look! There are... And you aren't an outcast! Aren't we your...
That's easy for you to say, given that you're travelers. Will you two continue to stay at the academia? When you leave, tragic... Return, number 36. You know as well as I do that
Ilyas?
You two are just as arrogant as Al Hайтам. You think that everyone should be like you and live according to their own truths. I allowed number 36 to leave the hive without his memories only because I knew he would eventually return. Al Hайтам, do say a word or two.
I made those words quite clear a year ago. The model you presented was extremely unstable. No amount of garish packaging will change its fragile nature. It can't be helped. If you were clever enough to realize those problems, then you would have been aware that the hive changed when Ilyas returned to this collective...
What?
What's happening?
The collective needs motivation to execute its plans, just as machinery requires energy to... That's why you, as the Overmind, synchronized your hatred of me into the collective. prompting them to create and execute a plan to. However, when Ilyas returned to the collective, his memories and emotions were shared with the rest of its members. This includes his perception of me.
Thanks for that. You know, you don't seem like such a bad person. Strange, isn't it? Why?
This contradicts the hatred you had provided them, and these two differing emotions will give rise to new
So that's it! Wait, so you knew that Ilyas would return, and then you pretended to keep him around just... Wouldn't expect any less from you, Al Heytham. Once the collective consciousness bugs out, we'll take that opportunity to... wait.
Al Heytham, I told you. Your two... Ilyas's return had indeed introduced abnormal emotions into the hive, but your struggle has been in vain. And it's time to end it.
So many monsters. Where did they... And... something...
I also integrated monsters into the collective, though I ranked them last. Even so, they are... Despite their lack of intelligence, perfect cooperation can be achieved. Much like now then. Drown in endless waves of monsters.
Hey, Al Heytham?
I've already sent my gift to the collective. It'll take some... You two just need to brace yourselves for the nuisance in front...
Well, alright.
Look alive! Right here, right now, right here.
Hey!
Al Heytham isn't that bad of a person.
But it has to be done. It must be eliminated so that we can evolve.
You see? That is the will of the collective. Even with the hatred gone, they continue their work. And
Right here. Emerge. Look alive!
He won't hold out for much longer.
He's a lot tougher than we imagined.
Things got wrong with the mantra.
what's going on? What's with this sudden influx of information? Silence! As the Overmind, I command you!
Everyone hold hands! Come on out. Emerge. Right now.
How is that possible? Why hasn't it been resolved yet?
Was there an error in your judgment?
The will of the collective cannot be wrong. The Overmind must have made an error in his judgment.
But Siraj is the most intelligent among us. Number one, his judgment is the optimal one.
Emerge.
Calm down. Don't you have an easy way to figure this out? You were only designated as number 36? What a shame. From what I can see, your talents merit a smaller number. Putting aside the validity of the data, it is meaningless to judge individuals based solely on their jnana energy.
What you said to Ilias has now become a memory shared by all members of the Hive. I see it now! You've channeled and amplified their selfish desires! You're trying to destroy my Hive from the inside out!
Human minds are not infinitely pliable, and your Hive has stretched many of them to their limit. Once your authority as Overmind starts to wane, it won't be long before your subjects snap back. Is it worth living here like a machine? Being a tool for the rest of my life? As soon as one person begins to have these thoughts, selfishness, doubt, and fear will propagate, thanks to the web of consciousness that you built. At this stage, your so-called Hive has already fallen.
It's not over yet. I am the Overmind! There has to be a way!
It's too late. Once the desires of the Hive accumulate, beyond a certain threshold, they will kill their king.
I wouldn't have suffered such a disgraceful defeat if I was the Overmind.
My number shouldn't be so far down the list! Siraj is alive!
This isn't what we agreed to!
I should be the one in your position!
Военные звуки, блядь. Шпыдыш, шпыдыш.
The hive shut down? What happened just now?
Members of a collective consciousness are more likely to reach a consensus because of their shared memories and emotions. For example, Ilias did have differing perceptions, but he ultimately... However, this system is far from perfect. Based on this logic, the collective consciousness will generate an intractable diffusion effect. The disturbance that Ilias caused wasn't for naught. It made the collective...
Setbacks in the plan further amplified doubt, which diminishes the Overmind's influence.
Apprehension, disappointment, panic, avarice. These negative emotions can be very... But in the Hive, where there are no secrets, negativity can spread like a tidal wave. Of course, what I said to Ilias was that a few words were enough. Believe in the power of words.
You were already thinking of a way to destroy the collective consciousness. You knew that Ilias was the bait all along?
I knew it from the moment Moreover, I never looked down on you. My opinion of you has always been... You have a naive view towards the concepts of collective consciousness and human evolution, but you are intelligent and you would never let a test subject escape. Mistakes like that are beneath you, and you also won't leave any mistake without a resolution.
I never thought I'd hear those words come from you. I know very well that you've never viewed me as an equal. When you were with us, you always had a distant look. You don't need to hide it. I know it better than anyone else. The arrogance that comes with being a genius.
Your perspective is entirely born from your habitual way of looking at things. From your perspective, you probably think I'm like you. Someone who doesn't fit in. How I just want to distance myself from meaningless noise and look at everything objectively. On the other hand, you have failed to come to terms with who you truly are. You care to...
You mean to say that I'm the arrogant?
Is that not so? Arrogant and emotionally... You view people as a simple, mediocre collective, while you regard me as one of your...
Regardless, I have lost.
You will stand trial, yes. But arresting people is... I'm just an ordinary staff member. I believe it is the General Mahamud.
Oh, brilliant.
Sino? What are you doing here?
I followed the symbols. Looks like things have already been settled.
Symbols?
I left a similar picture in my letter to him, and I made several similar symbols on the way here.
Wait, what do you mean? Oh, Paimon remembers! When Paimon first saw you, Arav said that... So you really did know that something was up with Ilyas from the start!
It'd be best if you didn't spout nonsense. By the way, I came across some information at the Academia a few days ago. If you practice...
Seriously? By the way, Sino, Paimon heard that Siraj sent more people to the Academia.
Don't worry. The Matra have started screening suspicious persons. This was likely one factor that caused the Hive's consciousness to waver.
Good. Seems like the interesting part is already... See you.
And off he goes. There still are a lot of tests.
Oh no. Oh no. I was involved in all these plans to get... What came over me? How could I do something like that?
We were accomplices without knowing it. But I'm afraid that Al Haytham might... Whether he's the scribe or the acting Grand Sage, we can't afford to offend him.
We can discuss the future later. Leaving the collective left me. I didn't feel anything towards Al Haytham at first, since he wasn't well known. All the Siraj made us hate Al Haytham, and we blindly accepted that hatred and thought of him. From how things look, we've done...
I guess we're getting what we deserve. Could you help us apologize to Al Haytham?
Sure. Paimon will help you tell Al Haytham. But what?
It's okay. No matter what he chooses, apologizing will make us feel slightly better.
It's time to go.
Let's go.
So, were they all duped? We can ask Al Haytham about that later.
Looks like I can't exist as Siraj number 36. Yet, when I was at Gandharvaville, I thought about whether I should just come forward with the truth, but I didn't have. So in the end, I lost my sense of...
Ilyas?
Don't be sad. However, I didn't come out of this completely empty-handed. I realized that the collective I was always trying to fit into, understanding that gave me courage somehow. Perhaps one day I could be...
You can do it. Paimon believes...
Thanks. Well, I should get going. Can you keep this a secret from my parents and my sister? I just... Also, please apologize to Al Haytham for me.
All the test subjects have been taken away. I'll have my subordinates seal the place, retrieve all documentation. Are you too hurt? I brought bandages and hemostatics.
Paimon's fine.
Get some rest. Al Haytham is probably waiting for you at the entrance. Watch out for any of Siraj's associates who might still be in hiding.
Okay, you stay safe too, Simon. Let's go meet up with Al Haytham.
Matters settled. We can return now. I actually thought it would have been settled sooner. Judging by your faces, it seems like you two still have some questions. I respect your curiosity, but I'm off the clock now, so I'm not going to...
Hey, we're not your colleagues!
You couldn't tell that was an excuse just now?
What? Are you kidding me? You're not leaving today until you explain what happened back at Siraj's secret base!
See ya.
Hold it right there!
Are you done? Your behavior is reminding me of some other people.
Stop changing the subject!
Все, отговорки закончились.
It's too much of a hassle to explain everything from the top. You know what? Come with me.
Where to?
You'll know when we get there.
Ну, очевидно, к этому, блядь, городу. Куда еще? Ну да, это было очевидно, блядь, куда она. Так это вверху или внизу? Вот хуй поймешь, как всегда. Так, вниз надо. А, этот дом, это...
You're home?
Yes.
What's with you all of a sudden? Being up?
Какая честь. О! Это какая или как-то, ну, не помню.
Ah, you're back. Quick, come help me see if this painting's all straightened. And... Huh?
Stop making a fuss. They're obviously guests.
You're not from the academia, are you?
I'm unsure she's seen you before.
Wait, what? How do you know me? Oh no.
What? You're embarrassed only now of all time?
Oh, you guys are...
Yes we are, but
I keep a few books on collectives and the subconscious here at home. I'll get them.
Hey!
Hey! You're leaving just like that? Sorry, I know we've only just met, but I have to ask. Are you, you wouldn't happen to be actors that Al Haytham hired to pretend to be his friends, would you? Guess not. I've never seen him invite friends home before, so please excuse my surprise. You guys get...
But aren't you...
I wouldn't say friend. Okay, well, we...
Huh?
Don't worry about it. My name is Kaveh. I'm sorry to have met you under these circumstances. Anyway, please...
You seem like you got a lot going on. So maybe Samora will make pun...
Are you serious? How could you... Ah, of course.
What? That was a normal response.
Still, why do you have to treat me like he does?
Judging by the deafening din coming from the living room, you all must be...
Entertain your own friends, why don't you?
I'll leave the books here.
Yup.
Paimon's dizzy from reading. This is way too complicated. Why don't we just ask questions? Paimon wants to know, oh, how did you...
A year ago, Siraj presented his thesis to the Grand Sage, who offhandedly asked for my opinion. I actually responded with 2 lines of reasoning. The first, as I've already said, was that his research was on human evolution, a subject prohibited by the academia. The second was that I thought the direction of his research was too extreme, but his approach too
Wait, that's too conservative? He built such a large lab, gathered all those people, and...
One way to stabilize a collective consciousness is to remove the test subject's humanity. The optimal solution to achieve collective consciousness is to focus solely on the overmind and treat the other test subjects.
That's way too dangerous.
I'm merely stating the facts. If Siraj had done that, I would have... It's impossible for any species to evolve overnight, and humans without their humanity cannot be called humans. That's why the academia prohibited research into human evolution. Most research of this kind tends to run contrary to evolution.
Ha! That's rich coming from you. If humans aren't humans without their humanity, then you'll probably evolve into some other species.
What about you? Are you going to devolve into a fungus?
At least I'd be a fungus with empathy. Sorry for eavesdropping, but what happened to you guys? Are you in trouble?
Sort of. We encountered a strange researcher that had it out for us.
Are you all okay? Huh. So that's how things went. Such is life. If only he'd known, Al Haytham could have stayed indoors today. Plus, he could have helped me with the housework for once. See those books? They've been sitting there waiting for someone to sort through them.
Can you feel the awkwardness in the air? I hope you're aware of your lack of conversation.
Oh, so the pot's calling the kettle black, is he?
I'm doing quite well. Much better than that painting you're trying to hang on the wall.
You don't understand anything. Stop criticizing my...
Paimon can't tell which of them is more problematic. Let's just get this over with and leave.
You whisper very loudly.
Oh,
Do you have any more questions?
let Paimon think. Oh, by the way, the other researchers apologize.
I bear them no ill will. More accurate, to some extent, they were also fooled by Siraj. The Matra will take this into account at their...
Ilyas also said that he wanted to tell us the truth at Gandharvaville. He apologized to you too.
It doesn't matter. I never considered... Judging from his experiences, he's more courageous than the average person. I'm going for dinner in 10 minutes, so I'll field one last question.
Paimon doesn't have any more questions. How about you? Oh, yeah! You only started investigating with the Matra at the Academia, but after meeting Siraj, it didn't seem like you were interested in him or...
I had no interest in him personally, but I was curious as to why so many people were I now understand the reason. Correct. The fall of the sages and the shutdown of the the fact that Siraj's project attracted so much interest despite not being approved speaks to the lack of research projects as of late. As the acting Grand Sage, I'll have to figure something out. In addition, what happened to Ilyas is worth our attention. Reporting academic fraud.
Paimon understands now. Oh.
I think minimum viable seriousness is a more apt description. I'll do my best to take care of this mess until my resignation.
Wait, your resignation?
Yes. I've already submitted my resignation to the Academia. Soon, I'll resign as... I don't think Siraj knew about that. If he had waited just a few more days before acting, I would have already what he'd do then wouldn't have been any concern of mine. However, even without my input...
But why do you want to...
I'm not suited to be a sage, nor do I want to be one. The official process to select the new sages is already underway, but if I serve as acting Grand Sage for too long, the position might become permanent. That would be troublesome. It's important to keep your priorities straight. Well, it's about time.
Oh, now that you say that, Paimon's kinda hungry. See ya!
See ya.
Так. Куда?
The name Siraj doesn't ring a bell. Was he in your class?
He isn't someone who would leave an impression, so it's expected that you don't.
I've always had a hard time appreciating the way that the Academia pressures people by labeling them as geniuses. But even so, the Academia can't be left to you. Or perhaps I should say that I'm delighted to see that you have a base amount of self-awareness.
And I suppose they'd let everyone know that your career as a sage...
Again, that's mighty rich coming from someone about to resign.
But my salary will likely stay the...
Wait, what? How come?
At least I don't have to be an architectural designer who works himself to death just to get a smile from his...
You... I took time out of my day to clean the living room for you, and this is the thanks I get for...
Make sure to pay back the rent you owe me. I'm going to buy some furniture.
What? Are you trying to annoy me to death? The decorations you buy keep getting ugly.
You'll have to blame that on my financial freedom.
Fine. Go ahead and hide behind your financial success if you want.
I think I'd have too many choices, to be honest. You, on the other hand, can you think of any redeeming features?
Artistry, for sure. You don't know the first thing about interior design.
So I'll have to bring you along and then buy you drinks?
Of course.
But why would I do that? It would just be another form of a loan. And
can't you just be nice and not ask?
Pretending that you're not in debt is as ridiculous as pretending you're not living.
Speaking of which, your friends won't say anything, right?
There's no need to hide it so carefully. I think the truth's already out.
What? No, it can't be.
Если я снова зайду.
The name Siraj doesn't ring a bell. Was he in your class?
He isn't someone who would leave an impression, so it's expected that you don't.
I've always had a hard time appreciating the way that the Academia pressures people by labeling them as geniuses. But even so, the academia can't be left to you.
Да.
Or perhaps I should say that I'm delighted to see that you have a...
And I suppose they'd let everyone know.
Again, that's mighty rich coming...
But my salary will likely stay...
Wait, what? How...
At least I don't have to be an architectural designer who works himself to death just to get a smile from his...
You... I took time out of...
Make sure to pay back the rent you owe me. I'm going to buy...
What? Are you trying to annoy me to...
You'll have to blame that on my financial freedom.
Fine!
I think I'd have too many choices, to be honest. You, on the other hand, can you think of any redeeming features?
Artistry, force...
So I'll have to bring...
Of course!
But why would I do that?
Can't you just be not...
Pretending that you're not in...
Speaking of which, your friends won't...
There's no need to hide it.
What? No, it can't be.
Ладно. Что есть тут у нас? Где картинка? У нас ничего. Тут у нас выход. Да. Так, ну что ж, заканчиваем на этом с Аль Хайтамом. Так, ивент у нас... Да, все, ивент у нас открыт. Здесь можно уже ивент собрать. Какие вести? Чё, прям здесь, что ли? Чё? Ну-ка. Главный зал Академии Ярос... А, ну нет, не тут прям. Так что увидимся в ивенте. Пока-пока.